So I made it to final year. That alone is an achievement because honestly, the stress that second year put me through. So in final year, I lived alone, lived by myself. No one said anything. No one needed to know where I was going. No one was bringing anyone into the house. And for me, it was just peace. And at the beginning of final year, I was a bit like, am I still gonna be this medical doctor that I dreamt of since I was a child? Like, I was really contemplating my life. Honestly, I was thinking, really? So I was like, all right, do you know what? I'm not gonna forget about medicine straight away. Let me at least just give it another go. So I did the medical admission test, and my grade was really average. It's like, and given that I was gonna apply for medicine as a second degree, I knew that I needed it to be like top of the marks. And mine was not top of the marks. So I was like, I can't even apply. So I was like, okay, so if I'm not gonna go to medical school next year, what am I gonna do with my life? So that's when I knew that okay, I had to start applying for graduate roles, opportunity schemes, all those kind of opportunities that were out there really. And the process, for anyone who has done it before, you will know that it is a long-winded process. Like I have a CV, I have a cover letter. Let me send that to you. Give me an interview, give me the job. Amazing. No. Graduate schemes. I remember there was one scheme that had 8 rounds. I made it to the seventh round for them to turn around and say no. Unfortunately, they're not going to take my application further. Seventh round. Seventh. I remember having a video interview, but there was nobody interviewing me. I was like, how are they using AI to determine who gets to the next stage? I was like, really? Okay. It was so weird. Like the things that they do in graduate schemes is so unexplainable. But if there's one thing that going through that taught me was just resilience. Just not giving up in hard moments and literally just keep on going. Like we all face rejections at one point in our lives, whether it's a job application or it's a friendship or something else. Like, and I realized, and I said, okay, do you know what? A no is not a no. A no is not a not yet. It's not a not yet. That's what a no is. And to flip it, I would be like, do you know what? They're saying no to me. They're saying no to an amazing opportunity. That's how I had to see it. I said, I'm not the one missing out on the company. They're the one that's missing out on me. Do you know the sauce I can bring? Like, literally, that's how I had to see it. Of course, please don't get me wrong. There were times where I would literally feel sad, especially if it was a role that I really wanted to work in. But I just moved on. You know when you get that email, oh, unfortunately, I just deleted it straight away. I did not waste time. There was no time to sulk. There was no time to feel sad. I just deleted it. I was like, all right, next job. Which company is it now? So literally just being resilient and just keep on going, knowing that, you know what, someone out there is going to see your application and is going to say yes. And that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. Even before I graduated, I got a role. Like, not gonna lie, it wasn't a role that I was into. I had never worked in that role before, but I took it because I was like, you know what, I can always learn from wherever I am. I can learn something. The second thing that I feel like final year really, really taught me was just determination. Determination to pass. Determination to hand in my dissertation. Determination to walk on that stage, collect my certificate, and run. Determination to just finish what I started. I think for me that was the hardest thing, was just like, Adeola, don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. You've made it this far. You can't give up now. So that's what pushed me, was like, okay, look, I've started this degree. And even though I knew my passion in the healthcare and sciences wasn't as strong as other things that I was interested in, I said, you know what, I can learn something. Like, in terms of my whole degree, doing my dissertation was the best part of my degree for me. I enjoyed it so much that honestly, if they told me, look, Adeola, I want you to go back and do it all over again, I mean, I don't know if I would because it was just tiring. But the thought of going back and doing it again, I would. Just thinking about it, I would. Because I enjoyed it so much. Because I was determined to do well in my dissertation and in general. And so I didn't give up. I didn't give up. And the third thing that final year taught me, comparison is the thief of joy. What? When not all of my friends, like mainly like my acquaintances, will get opportunities. So this one got into that firm, got into that grad scheme. This one got the internship. That one did that one there, and that one did the one over there. And you're just there like, oh, you're on your 20th rejection, or you're on your whatever rejection it is. Or this one got an open day. That one did this, and you're just there. It's like, alright, like, is no one gonna notice me? No one gonna remember that Adeola's here as well? Comparison is the thief of joy. The amount of times I would compare myself to others, I feel like I'm not good enough. Even when I started Uplift the Next Generation, which I started in my final year, and the first few events that I did, like the numbers in terms of the attendees was quite low. And I'll see other people doing other events, and their attendees the numbers were high. Sometimes even in the hundreds. And I'm just there like, wow, like, oh, right. What did they do that I didn't do? Like, what's what's the secret recipe? Like, I need to know it. And it got to the point where I even stopped doing events. I stopped getting involved in my community as much as I was, because I felt like I'm not good enough because other people are doing it better than me. So maybe it's not for me. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should just quit. But I came to understand that, look, I am not defined by my merits. I'm not defined by my outward successes. It's what's internal. And once I came to understand that, look, I'm the one who defines my own success. So I had to literally unlearn the process of comparison. And it wasn't an easy process. It wasn't. But I had to understand that, look, my self-worth is not based on the things that I accomplish or the things that I am able to achieve in some kind of way. It's based on what's within. Once I understood that, I didn't care about comparing myself to anyone else. And you have to learn the same thing as well. Like, you are worth more than you can imagine. Like, your worth is so high that it can't even be matched. And you've got to understand that it doesn't come from your circumstances around you or people around you. It comes from you, and you define that. You choose whether you're going to stand your own ground and focus on what it is that you want to do with your life, or you look around and see, oh, what's everyone else doing? Oh, okay, maybe I should do that. So literally, there's 3 things I learned in final years of just being resilient, not giving up, being determined to finish, and just focusing on myself and just not comparing myself with others. So I hope these 3 tips have helped you today.